Hello friends, I would like to introduce myself. I am 𝗘𝗅, Senior MPC. I am from Telangana Tribal Welfare Residential College from Narsapur, Medak district. I am here to present my sessions with one of the most significant concept in the physics. That is, I don't want to introduce my chapter name, but with the example of one, we will be able to understand what I am going to discuss now. Suppose assume a dark room. When we are entering in the dark room, we are unable to see any object, but when we switch on, so we are able to see all the object. So what is the magic here? That is nothing but when the light is on, the light will be incident on the all objects and it will be reflected back to the same medium. Then we are able to see all the object in the room. For example, we are seeing all the object around us. How it is possible? Is nothing but when a light incident on the object, the image will be formed. So the rays will be come on your retina and the image will be formed, then only we are able to see all the objects. So I think you have to understand which I am going to discuss now and which chapter we are going to learn today. So our chapter name is ray optics. What do you mean by ray optics? Optics is a form of energy which enables us to see all the objects around us. Optics is nothing but the study of light. What you mean by ray? Ray is nothing but the path followed by the light is called ray optics. And light is considered as a ray which travel in a straight line, and each state that for each and every object there is an image. For example, we are able to see all the objects in the rooms. How it is possible? When a light incident on the objects, so we are able to see all the objects. So when a light incident on the object, light ray, so it will be reflected back to on our retina and it form a image, then only we are able to see all the object in our room. So we have to do. So the speed of the light is here 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per seconds. In ray optics, we study the image formed by the mirror, lenses and prisms. So in this chapter we are able to learn subtopics are reflection by light, refractions by light and dispersion by prisms, and how image formed by the concave mirror and convex mirror, and how the image formed by the concave lens and convex lens, and how the dispersion by prism, how it will be appeared. So we are going to learn in this ray optics. So before that, who will be discovered ray optics? The great scientist 𝗵𝗫. He was born in c. 1963 in Basra and he was died in 1040 c. in Cairo, Egypt. He was a mathematician, astronomer who made significant contributions to the principle of object. While there have been many pieces of research in the field of ray optics, but finally 𝗵𝗫 has been created the title father of ray optics. So we are now remembering thus who is the father of ray optics. The father of ray optics is 𝗵𝗫. So let's enter to the subtopic of the ray optics. Reflection of light. What you mean by reflection of light? Reflection of light is nothing but the returning back of light into the same medium is nothing but reflection of light. It means when a light ray travel between two mediums, the incident ray and reflected ray will be to the same mediums. It means when a light incident on the object, it will be reflected back to the same medium. So we conclude that the reflection of light, and we call that reflection of light. So where we observe reflection of light? In our day-to-day life we are using and we are observing reflection of light. So here we can observe that the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflection. It is really? Yeah, of course. I will be here the front of live practicals with the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So we can observe here. So here is one diagram, ray diagram. Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflections. When I am incident with angle 50 degrees, you can observe here the reflections also at the 50 degrees. So, you can observe here the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflections when I am incident a ray with 40 degrees. So, you can observe here the reflection of light is also 40 degrees. Suppose if I am incident a ray with angle 60 degrees, you can observe here the reflection of light is also with a 60 degrees. If I am incident a ray with 20 degrees, definitely the reflections of light will be also a 20 degrees. So, here we observe that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflections. So, in reflection of light we observe two types, that are regular and irregular. What do you mean by regular? Regular is nothing but a highly polished surface is called regular. For best example is plane mirror. Plane mirror is the best example of regular. Suppose when a parallel ray incident on the plane mirror, so it will be reflected back to the same parallel to the reflected back. So, when you are coming to the irregular is nothing but the object which around us, is called irregular mirror. Suppose example of that textbooks, cartoons, walls are the example of the irregular. Suppose when a parallel ray incident on the wall, so definitely the reflected angles are different. So, we conclude that the reflections are two types, regular and irregular. Now, we are going to explain image formation by a plane mirror. So, what you have to observe here, for image formation definitely we need two rays, more than two rays, otherwise we cannot form a image. So, when a two rays are incident on the plane mirror, when it will be reflected back to the same medium, so the two rays are merged at the point where the point will be merged. So, we conclude that the image formed at the point. And we have to observe here some characters. Suppose we placed 5 centimeter before the mirror a object, definitely their image will be formed the back side of the mirror at the distance 5 centimeters only. Suppose we are placed a 5 centimeter certain height a object before the mirror, definitely the image will be formed the back side of the mirror at same height. For example, in our day to life we are combing our hair and we are standing before the mirror and we are seeing anything. The best example is in our Gurukulam we are using mirror project. What do you mean by mirror project? When we are stand before the mirror, so it will be reflected back to the same height. So, the angle of the image, so you can observe here, so the height of the object is equal to the height of the image, and you have to observe here, so that the distance from the object is equal to the distance from the image. So, there are two laws of the reflections, as we all know that. The first one is the angle of reflection, angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. The second law is the incident ray, reflected ray and normal ray are incident at a point on the plane mirror. That is the second law of the reflection of light. Next, the image formation by plane mirror, we have to observe here the angle of distance, the distance from the image is equal to the distance from the object, and the object if you place it before the 5 centimeters before the plane mirror, definitely their image will be formed the back side of the mirror. So, when any image formed the back side of the mirror, so we say that mirrors are virtual mirrors. So, next, spherical mirrors. What do you mean by spherical mirrors? Spherical mirror is nothing but it is a spherical shape object. When we slide it, it have look like two objects. There are concave mirror and convex mirror. What do you mean by concave mirror? Concave mirror is nothing but if the mirror coated outside of the spherical surface is called concave mirror, and concave mirrors are also called converging mirrors. What do you mean by convex mirror? Convex mirror is nothing but if the mirror coated inside of the spherical surface we call convex mirrors, and convex mirrors also called diverging mirrors. So, where we use concave and convex mirror in our day to day life? It is necessary or it is important to in our day to day life? Where we use? Yeah, of course, we are using in our day to day life concave mirror and convex mirror. Where we use? Suppose for the best example is, everyone know we are driving a vehicles. The headlight of the vehicle, the headlight of the cars and headlight of the bus, anything, the headlight of the vehicles are using concave mirror. Why we are using concave mirrors? Because concave mirror is nothing but converging mirrors. If when the convex, why are concave mirrors are used? That the mirrors and the rays are converging rays. So, we are using the headlight of the vehicles are concave mirrors. And where we use convex mirror? Convex mirror are used the beside of the vehicles. Why we are using beside of vehicles only? Because it give a magnifying object and clear what around backside of ours. It gives us what backside of ours. So, it uses backside of the vehicles. And not only vehicles only, we are using street light. Street light is a convex mirror. How it is? It is convex mirror? Yeah, of course, it is convex mirror, because when we are seeing at the street light, it will be diverging, the rays are diverging, it will be occupy around the surface and around the area. That is why we conclude that it is a convex mirror. And where we use concave mirror? The torchlight is a concave mirror and the phone torchlight is a convex mirror. These are the example of the concave and convex mirrors. And we have to take the spoon. For the best example is spoon. The inner side curved size is a concave and the back side of the spoon is a convex mirror. We conclude that's also. And there are image formation by concave and ray diagram of concave mirrors and convex mirrors. Yeah, of course, the ray diagram of concave mirrors and concave mirror. There are 6 cases forms the mirrors. If the object is placed at different places, definitely their image will be formed at different places. Before that, I will conclude one, that is concave mirror is a converging mirror. It is right? Yeah, of course. I am front of you one best example here practically. When we are incident more than two rays, here you can observe that the rays are converging, means the rays are meted at a point. So, we conclude that concave mirrors are converging mirrors. If more than two rays are meted at a point, we conclude that concave mirrors are converging mirror. We have to observe practically here the two rays are meted at a certain point. So, we are called concave mirrors are converging mirror. What do you mean by convex mirror? Convex mirror is nothing but diverging of rays. So, you can observe here clearly. So, when two rays are incident on convex mirror, definitely the rays are diverging. So, that rays are diverging, not merging at a point. So, we conclude that when two rays are incident on convex mirror, so the rays will be diverging. So, we conclude that convex mirrors are diverging mirrors. So, you can observe some ray diagrams of concave and convex mirror. Yeah, of course, if a object is placed at a infinity place, then where their image will be formed and what is the character of that image and what is the size of that image? Yeah, of course, it will be different. Suppose if a object placed at infinity place, I am going with practically. Here you can observe, draw a convex lens here, draw a concave lens. Before that some important terms related to mirror we have to study here. So, the center point of the concave mirrors are called poles, and it passes through principal axis. So, the line which passes through the concave mirrors we call as principal axis, we denoted with the principal axis. So, the middle point of the the middle point of the concave mirrors we call pole, So what about center? Center is nothing but it is center of curvature is nothing but the center of the sphere. The center of sphere we call center of curvature. So where the center of curvature, you can observe here, if it is a spherical shape object, the center of curvature is nothing but the center of spherical mirror. So you can see this is the curvature. And what do you mean by focal? What do you mean by focal? Focal is nothing but when two rays are incident on the concave mirror, where the two rays are meted, so then we conclude that that is called focus. Suppose if a object incident at infinity place, so where the image will be formed, we have to see live here. When the ray incident on the concave mirror, so it will be reflected back towards the same medium. So you can observe here, when another ray incident on concave mirror, so it will be reflected back to the same medium. So where the two rays are merged at a point, we call that as focus, and where the two rays are meted, so there only the image will be formed. Here the image formed at the focus. If the object placed at infinity, the image formed at the focus. And what is the character of that image? It is a real image, and inverted. The size is diminished. If the object placed behind the sea, then what will be happen? Suppose we can see here, we can draw another convex mirror. You can draw another convex mirror and draw a principal axis, and you know that the center of the convex mirror is pole and the center of the spherical mirror is center, and the between center and pole we conclude that focus. If the object placed it behind the sea, where the image will be formed? We have to see here, when a light ray incident on the concave mirror, it will be reflected back to the same medium. You have to use it. So another ray incident onto the convex mirror and it will be reflected back. You have to observe here, the two rays are incident between the focus and pole. So the image will be formed between focus and pole. Then what about if the image placed at the center? If the object placed at the center, then where the image will be formed? Yeah, you can see. Suppose this is a concave mirror. Draw a principal axis and the center of is pole, and this is center, this is focus. If the object placed at center, then where the image will be formed? You have to see here, when a ray incident on the concave mirror, it will be reflected back. Definitely when another ray are incident on the concave mirror, the ray also incident reflected back. So where the two rays are incident, there will be image will be formed. So we can observe here, the two rays are incident at the place of center. So what we are conclude here is, suppose if the object is placed at the center, definitely their image will be formed at the center only, and you can see the character is, it is a real image and inverted, and the size of the object is equal to the size of image. Then you have to go image formation by convex lens, convex mirror, image formation by convex mirror. If the image will be placed at the infinity place, and there where the image will be formed, definitely we have to see practically here. Suppose you can observe that the convex mirror. So if the object will be placed at the infinity place, then where the image will be formed? Definitely the image will be formed at the focus. You have to see practically. So you can see here, draw a convex mirror, draw a convex mirror here, draw a convex mirror here, draw a convex mirror and take a principal axis. We know that the center of convex mirror is pole and the center of sphere is center, and the between center and pole is focus. If the object placed at infinity place, then where the image will be formed? As we all know that convex mirror is nothing but diverging mirrors. When a ray incident on the convex mirror, then the reflected will be back. So you can observe here the rays are diverging. So the rays are diverging. So where the image will be formed? So we have to, what we have to do is here, so the rays are extended backside of the mirror. So the rays are extended backside of the mirror. So you can observe here, so that definitely where the two rays are merged at there only the image will be formed. So you can observe here the image will formed at the focus like that. And what is the character of that image? The character of that image is a virtual image. Why we are calling virtual image? Virtual image because if any image formed backside of the mirror, we call virtual image. So you can observe here, when a object placed at infinity place and the two rays are incident on the convex mirror, so the image formed the backside of the mirror. So the image is a virtual and it is a inverted. And next our topic is refraction of light. What do you mean by refraction of light? Refraction of light is nothing but changing the direction of light. Changing the direction of light. Changing of direction of nothing but when a light travels from one medium to another medium, so it changes its direction. If the light ray travel from air to water, so the speed of light will be changes. If the speed of the light is 3 to 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and when will we enter into the denser medium, so the speed of light will be decreases. So 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second, and you can observe here the angle of incident is greater than angle of refractions, and so the angle will be, the reflected ray will be bent towards the normal. Our next topic is, so here you can observe ray diagram by concave and convex mirror. So here also, if the object placed at different places, their image will be formed at different places by convex and concave mirror. But what we have to do here and what we have to understand here is, it is totally opposite to the concave and convex mirror. Concave mirror is nothing but converging mirror, but concave lens is nothing but diverging lens. Convex mirror is nothing but diverging rays, but concave lens is nothing but converging lens. If a object placed at different place, definitely their image formed at different places. So where we use concave lens and convex lens in day to day life? So in our surrounding and in our friends, the most of the peoples are used specs. Yes or no? So the most of the peoples are used specs. A person who defeated with hypermetropia diseases is nothing but a person able to see longer distance but unable to see near object. So they can use concave mirrors. This is our day to day life. We are using concave lens and convex lens. Why? Because we are using now cameras. These cameras are also using with the lenses only. And next our topic is dispersions by a light. Dispersion by a prism. What do you mean dispersion by a prism? Dispersion by a prism is nothing but the splitting of white light into its constituent color. It is appear in the sequence of 𝗲𝗎. It is So, where we observe dispersion by a prism is nothing but when the rains or fall. So, we are observing rainbow in the atmosphere. The most examples are CD, CD means nothing but compact disc, and water bubbles. So, the conclusion of the ray mirror, the different color has different wavelengths. For example, red has the highest wavelength and lowest frequency, and violet has the shortest wavelength and highest frequency, where we use in our day to day life. As we all know that when we are entering the cities areas, to control the traffic, we are using red symbol or red light to stop the vehicles, and we are using red color to the danger areas. That is why because it has longest wavelength and lowest frequency. And the conclusion of ray optics is nothing but optics deals with light, creation of image, and uses of with the uses of light, and it is most necessary human sense, that is sight. And based on the properties of reflection and refractions, many optical instruments have been designed to understand the behavior of light. I hope you all understand well. And I would like to thank all the authorities of our Gurukulam for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I would like to thank my teacher 𝗂𝗽𝗍𝗻 principal of Narsapur, and my great mentors 𝗂𝗽𝗍𝗻𝗃 sir and 𝗳𝗏 sir. Thank you. This is my submissions. I hope you all understand well. Thank you.